two speakers will be Kevin Schlatt, followed by Rachel Blatt. Kevin?
Thank you, Governor, for giving me time to speak. First of all, I want to thank you for adding extra money to the Clean Water Fund. It's greatly appreciated in our industry. Hopefully, if you're re-elected, you keep that up. The next question or comment I want to make is your administration has appointed a lot of minority judges. I think you're probably one of the only governors with that high percentage. The question I do ask is reason for appointing more women minority judges, Latinos, and African Americans as your term goes on.
Sure. Let me answer that. The way appointments work in Connecticut is there is a commission that sends me names and has to make a judgment about the quality and the qualifications of a candidate. What I have asked them to do is to go from being and they have done this, and I asked it as soon as I became governor, to go from being a passive acceptor of applications to playing a role of going out and recruiting successful lawyers to consider serving in the judiciary. What I want is a judiciary that looks like the people it serves. So that means white, it means black, it means Hispanic, it means Asian. I think that people should be able to enter a court and understand that the court system is as diverse as our population. My commitment to that is pretty solid. I was appointed the first Hispanic woman, first Hispanic to serve on the state Supreme Court, happened to be a woman who had been approved for elevation 14 years ago, 10 to 14 years ago, and hadn't been considered. Very proud of that appointment. We had two black men serve on the state Supreme Court at one period of time. We're going out and trying to make sure that candidates are coming forward, making themselves available to be considered for the bench, and then when they get on that list, we're taking a look at them. I just elevated a young man, relatively young man, 34, 35 years old, to the appellate court. He would start at the next retirement of a judge who turns 70 on that court, which is sometime in the late spring or early summer. So I believe as a former practitioner for many years, as a prosecutor, as a small practice litigation partner, and as a mayor and a governor, I have strong beliefs in this regard. Thank you.
Rachel Blatt. Rachel.
Thank you for coming tonight. I'm the assistant town planner here in Enfield, and my question for you is about transit. As I'm sure you've seen from your time at Stanford, transit can have an incredibly positive economic, environmental, and public health impact. Thompsonville neighborhood here in Enfield is a historic transit-oriented neighborhood, and the past year the town has been piloting local bus service that has seen very good success rates. And what I'm looking for is what you see as the next steps for expanding transit from Enfield to the broader region, and connecting with Enfield and then the other northern Connecticut towns like Windsor and Watts to the European and Harper Springs program.
Again, these layups, right? Questions here all of a sudden. So thank you. I like it. I'm a big transit person, as you well know, and I'm happy that Connecticut is investing much more substantially in transit than it was just recently. This is true of rail transportation, where we're actually, as a state contributor, leading the nation on rail expansion, leading the nation. That's one of the reasons that we were able to get $255 million when Florida canceled the project. We were able to get it because we were recognizing the level that we're contributing. And a portion of that, and those monies are specifically for rail improvements that would impact Enfield and communities in the region. With respect to the bus stuff, if you get me, I know they say this a couple times, but I will read it if you get me some information on that. I'm very knowledgeable about bus usage in Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, Stanford. I'm not as knowledgeable in Enfield. So if you get me some information, I'm certainly going to read it, and then I'll also share it with the commissioner as well. Okay? let me just talk about buses in Hartford, for instance. The number of people working at the Travelers Insurance Company in downtown are actually, Hartford is one of the leading communities in the nation on bus utilization. And it really is quite remarkable. And we've had a couple of companies that have really taken it to heart and encouraged their employees to be bus riders. And it's great. Go back to Mr. Moriarty. There's nothing better for the environment than getting people to get out of single cars, for instance, buses or trains. And this is something that we really need to work on in the state of Connecticut. Great. Is that it? Hey, listen, very nice to be with you. Tried to answer your questions. A couple of people are going to get me some information, which I promised to read myself, and get somebody to get back to you. I know we haven't agreed on everything. I didn't come expecting you to agree on everything. I suspect some of you didn't come expecting me to agree on everything, but it's been very cordial and very nice. And once again, I have enjoyed my trip to Enfield, and it didn't rain on me this time, so I'm happy. So great to be with you. Have a